Hello and welcome to episode 37. I got lots of things ready, but I didn't look up what episode I'm on. Episode 37, I think, of the FiberAndDice podcast. My name is Rebecca. You can find me as Engineers Falcon on Instagram, Ravelry, those two places. You can find my shop on Etsy as Bluebonnet Fibers. You can find show notes at bluebonnetfibers.com, and you can find the FiberAndDice Ravelry group on Ravelry as FiberAndDice.
I'm Charles. You can find me as CS Guiden pretty much anywhere on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Including Ravelry.
Yes.
I'm in there occasionally.
He goes to put show notes up there for you guys. I have almost no voice, and so I'm a little daunted by the huge pile of things I have to talk about today, so I'm going to talk fast and probably take quite a few breaks. Everything is out of order until I figure out how I want to talk about shop updates, so I'm going to start with things that are climbing the mountain. Oh my goodness, can I tell you how good the Harry Potter Knit and Crochet House Cup has been for my productivity? It has exploded. Since I saw you last, I have half of a sock finished. Well, no, half a pair of socks. I have a sock finished except for sewing in the ends. This is Hermione's Everyday Sock with my shallower, narrower toe that I like so much. It has a fish lips kiss heel. The sole is knit 2, purl across, knit 2, so that the soft stockinette part is in on my foot instead of the backside. And I love it. It is in a Yarn vs. Zombies club colorway.
Yeah.
So I am tickled. This is for Muggle studies or something. I think that's what I'm doing it for. And of course I've got plenty left for sock 2, which will go on the needles. I would like to be all brave and say tonight, but chances are good that as soon as we're done with this, I'm headed to bed. We got cable yesterday, and so I'm probably going to go lay in bed and watch mindless cable until I fall asleep. The Mines of Moria hat has notable progress. It is looking gorgeous. It's kind of hard to get there. That's good.
Yeah.
This is my third time to knit this pattern, and I always balk about it and then enjoy it while I'm working on it. So I'm a little concerned that I'm going to run out of this color. But I think I have some left over from the last time I did this, and hopefully the yarn is years old. So if it doesn't match, there's going to be no perfect match for it. But hopefully it will be close enough that I could get away with finishing up the brim with it. And last but not least, this is some of my hand spun. This was dyed by Wool Gatherings, and I spun it last year. My daughter bought it when the fiber came in. She was so excited. And so the first thing that it's going to become is a little octopus. This is the Nicole the Notorious Octopus pattern. Jenna, I cannot remember her last name. Retro Lemon. I did some of these a couple years back, and I don't do fiddly toys. I don't. But because this was the Girl Geekling and she wanted it so much, I decided. So I cast on in the last week and knit 2 of the legs. I did change it up a little bit. If you see how loose this is attached, I didn't like this part. I was having a lot of trouble, so I've been knitting the legs separate and just sewing them on. So that went a lot better, much less angst when I did the second leg this afternoon. In fact, I've done both those legs today and finished the sock today and put 3 rows on the Mines of Moria hat. Yay for progress. Next is going to be, books that I finished. I finished a couple since last we spoke. I finally got around to listening to Phantom of the Opera. I love the play, the musical. I've always liked it. The book has been on my list to listen to for ages and ages and ages, and I got it on Audible, and while I spun stuff for the shop last week, I finished it up, and I enjoyed it so much. It's an excellent, excellent book. I've been watching the musical on Netflix with the kids, and so many things that they're not make or break the story, but so many things that I didn't really catch before having read the book, I'm picking a lot of that up. The other thing I finished also on Audible is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell, and it was so fun. And funny story, my son's favorite book for about 2 years on Audible was Dewey the Library Cat. There's a picture book of Dewey, then there's like a children's novel, and then there's the adult novel, and this is the children's novel. And we listened to it literally every night, all night for years and years and years. It would just play and play and play. And so when I turned this on, it was the same person had read it as read Dewey. And it's not a bad book, but it's got some language and some grown-up situations and discussions in it. And so to hear Dewey the Library Cat's reader's voice reading this was pretty funny. The kids were like, "Are you listening to Dewey?" No, not Dewey, but she's a fabulous narrator, and I enjoyed her very, very much. So that is what is finished, completely finished, except for things that are going in the shop. I will be doing the shop update. Today is Thursday the
14th.
And I will be doing a shop update in just like 30 minutes. Yeah. But even if you're watching this later, you should go see what's in the shop. I'm trying to keep some stuff in there all the time. The first thing I have to put up in the shop is called Chocolate Mint Chip. And I called it that because it is the colors of mint chocolate chip ice cream, but with more chocolate than mint. So, chocolate mint chip. I like this. It's very soft. Very, very soft. And this was an awesome spin. Next, I have Vineyard. It is a gradient from these fuchsia colors to blues to greens to turquoise. This is my first time to spin a gradient, and I am in love. There are lots of gradients going on my wheel. So awesome. And last but not least is Persephone. This is a really unique skein of yarn. The dyer who dyed this, created by LCB, only did it once. Like, she did pre-orders for it, and she's not going to do it again. So it was a get it while you got it colorway. It is also, it is so soft and fluffy. I almost wish I hadn't wrapped it up in the ball band so that I could unfold it and show it to you. But it is blues and turquoise and some maroon, and then there's some kind of bronzy brown sections in it. You can kind of see some in here. So I spun it as a long single. Oh, the actual braid of fiber, and this is why it was so soft and luscious, was 50% superfine merino, 25% rose. I had never spun rose before. Fabulous. 17% merino and 8% gold stellina. So it's very shimmery, very bright, and then I plied it with a bronze thread. You can't see at all what I'm doing, but so there are little specks of bronze all the way throughout that. It's gorgeous. Really, really lovely. So what is Climbing the Mountain? All of the knitting projects I hope to finish up in the next week and a half. I have on the wheel right now Sorceress. This was dyed by Fat Cat Knits. It is this lovely yellowy color. It's going to be a gradient into golden browns and on into purple. So this is the second ply. It'll go, or second single, whatever. It'll go on the wheel when I'm done with the first one. The next thing I will spin after that, and there is really so much stuff. That's why the engineer's here today. No? Can you show me what else is over there?
Yeah. Look at this.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even take stuff out of the bags. Yes, I guess this is next. This was dyed by Fat Cat Knits. I will barber pole it. No, I still need those.
Oh.
And then after that will be Lilani. These pinks and browns and soft blues, and they will be a gradient. And then these two, this light lavendery color with this greens and purples and blues. So, and those I'll apply. This is a single, and then apply them together. So it'll be very Barbara Poley. I may be over optimistic that I will get all that done this week, but I will hope to definitely have all that done by the end of the month. So, I don't think you have anything else to add to the shop update.
That's the shop update.
I have spun a lot.
Yes.
I have spun a bazillion hours, and I've enjoyed it all. I'm trying to think what segment comes next if I don't take a break. I'm scared if I stop talking. Yes, I'm afraid if I stop talking, my voice will die. Peaks this week. My shop update went really well last week. It was fun to have people order. It was fun to put things in the mail to people. I think my only two main pitfalls are the engineer is leaving town on Sunday. I am very sulky. I'm really not, but a little bit. I will miss him. We're going to see Celtic Woman on Sunday, so that's a peak. My family's coming from Lubbock. And I hope that I have a voice to teach the Geekling School tomorrow. So I guess that would be my other pitfall, would be not feeling real great at all. So that brings us to, there are no ducks in a row this week. Yarn along.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we've had almost 30 people vote for the yarn along. If you missed last week, Ginny, the dyer behind the amazing Fat Cat Knits fiber and yarn shop, is doing a custom thing for us. For the months of July, August, and September, we are going to have a yarn along. You may knit, you may spin, you may crochet, you may weave. And she is going to dye 2 custom colorways for us. They are going to be based on games. I am so excited. I don't sound excited because I don't have a voice, but I am so excited. So, you have 1 week to get in on the voting. The 6 games that we are voting to be the inspiration, whichever top 2 win, are Takenoko, Sushi Go, Machikoro, Dungeons & Dragons, Legendary, and
Love Letter.
Love Letter. How could I forget Love Letter? I love Dear Sweet Love Letter. Right now, with a commanding lead, are Sushi Go and Dungeons & Dragons. So, if you want them to keep their commanding lead, go and vote for them. If you want something else to win, go and vote for your favorite. That is on the Yarn Along, Fat Cat Knits Yarn Along thread, on the FiberAndDice Ravelry group. I will close that poll before I film next week. I will let her know what our 2 top choices were. She will spend a couple weeks working up colorways for us. And then in June, you'll be able to start purchasing those. And then you may spin those or weave them or knit them. They'll be on 2 different fiber bases to spin and on sock yarn. So you'll actually have 6 choices of things to buy. Or, like me, you will probably want to buy them all. I intend to get a little bit of everything. And I'll probably get some extra fiber to spin for the shop. So if you don't want to participate at all, but want some of it, then there will probably be some show up in the shop. Did we discuss a game of the week?
Yes. We talked about doing Takenoko.
Oh, yes. That's going to involve some setup. So I am going to... Oh, I guess I could start. Gamerly News. Welcome to Gamerly News. All the news about the games. We have not done anything. We played 1 game this month. We played 1 round of...
Played Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. We did. We played Lord of the Rings. Oh, we played some stuff with my sister. Did we play some stuff in Lubbock? We taught her how to play Castle Panic.
That was fun.
We played Castle Panic a couple times because we got the Boy Geekling, the Wizard's Tower. I'm going to let you take over.
Okay. But it's a little expansion that adds some new monsters and some boss monsters to draw out. So when you set it up, you take out some of the easy monsters from the base set and then put all these new monsters in. So the net result is that it's harder and there's less easy things to kill. But you get new wizard powers and you can actually rebuild tower sections. And so there's some balance to it, but definitely was a lot more challenging than the base game had gotten for us now that we've played it enough times to really have a good feel of what we're doing. So that was fun.
I got to play with my dwarf deck in Lord of the Rings again. Those dwarves are so shenanigan-y, there are not words. I love them so much. I was really sad to give up my first deck, but it was the difficulty of the new expansions had way outgrown my little first set deck.
Yeah.
It was time. It was time to expand. I have notes, so if I ever want to go back and rebuild it, I can. But I was kind of sad. Seems like we played something else while we were there.
Yes.
We did.
Y'all played Stuff and Nonsense. Or you and the kids did.
I did. I taught the kids to play Stuff and Nonsense. They thought it was way fun. And then when Charles got home from Starbucks, he took over and finished with them while I spun.
It's fun.
I worked on the vineyard gradient. So, anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm convinced there's another game, but I'm not going to come up with it. We will set up for Takenoko. I'm going to take some cough syrup, and I will see you guys in a few minutes. Of course, for you, it will just, be like magic time travel thing. Quick, right here, I'm going to announce the winner of the April was last month, FiberAndDice Instagram challenge giveaway. We have 3 challenges going on. Lots of information about those on the Ravelry group. So, the winner was Christine, KDLB, and I have to say I'm really excited that she won because she has played more than anybody else by a long shot. I get to see so many amazing games that she plays. I get a little jealous. And so I just knew she was going to win in the first couple months, and she didn't, which was fine because she kept playing along. So, Christine, let me know what pattern you want, and I will. What was she playing, Charles?
I don't remember which one it was.
You were playing something very cool. We're gonna look it up real quick.
Was that the Roll for the Galaxy one, or was that?
No, it wasn't Roll for the Galaxy. Alhambra.
Oh.
Is what you were playing. So that's the picture that won you the prize. So let me know what you want, and I will get it to you. This week's Game of the Week is Takenoko. We are featuring it because it is one of the games that is in the running to be a theme, a colorway theme. So Takenoko, I love the artwork on this. Everything is gorgeous. Basically, we are tending to and eating up bamboo gardens to collect points to win. It is for ages 8 and plus, 2 to 4 players in 45 minutes. More of that adorable panda artwork that I love so much. So, I am just going to give you, I'm pretty much just going to talk through a turn and your choices, just so you'll kind of have a feel of how it works and what goes on while you play. You are dealt, at the beginning, 3 cards. They are 3 different colors. They are 3 different objectives. This objective is to collect certain colors of bamboo, 4 pieces. This piece is to build bamboo gardens in this configuration of these colors to get this many points. And this one, with the red back, is to have out on the playing board here. Move these back so you can kind of see.
Yes.
This specific configuration of bamboo growing. So, these are how you collect points. Depending on how many people are playing, when you get a certain number of cards, the first person to get a certain number of cards triggers the last round. After that last round, everyone adds up how many points they have on cards in front of them, and whoever has the most wins. So, getting to that number first does not guarantee you a win, especially if you have been collecting little short, easy things to collect, and someone else has collected quite a few harder ones. Everyone gets a player mat. These coordinate with a special action that you get on a dice roll. And these are your options on your turn. You store water here, and you store tokens that modify the garden
hexes.
pieces, the hexes that you lay down. Hex, that's a good word. So basically we have, this is the starting tile. It goes out. We have a gardener. This is not the best setup. I'm so sorry. We have not filmed at this little table in this house yet. So
I can show it.
would you see if you can move the camera onto the edge of the table?
Yep.
I'm not going to refilm it, but we may see if moving the camera helps. Okay, on your turn, you are going to start your turn by rolling this custom
weather die.
Weather die. Yes, it's the weather die. And depending on what you roll, you will get a bonus on your turn. If you roll this one, then you get an extra turn. This one lets you grow extra bamboo. The wind lets you make the same turn twice instead of having to use 2 different moves down here. The lightning scares the panda and you can move him to any square on the board. The cloud lets you collect one of these and put them down in your storage until you're ready to use them. And the question marks let you pick whichever one of those you want to move. So you roll. You know what you're going to do, and so you do this move and then 2 of these. On this move, you draw 3 of these lovely hexes. You pick whichever one you want, and you place it. If you want to do the water turn, to count a tile, it has to be irrigated, which means it either has to be touching the pond, have a water hex on it, or be, I'm going to put a couple out real quick. There we go. So,
Or it has to be irrigated.
yes, it has to be irrigated from the pond all the way to one of the sides. So, that's how you would irrigate. You can take one of these as one of your moves, and whenever you decide you want to play it, you can play it without costing a turn. You can move the gardener. He moves in a straight line. That would not be a straight line. A straight line in any direction, and wherever he lands, he grows bamboo. And he grows bamboo on that tile and on any other irrigated tile of the same color.
One of those are yellow. We have no other yellow tiles. This is just a green and pink now.
There we go. And let's pretend like this one's here.
Yeah.
Let's say we've built this up and irrigated it. Then he would also grow bamboo on this tile. You can move the panda as one of your options. If you move the panda, then he moves in a straight line the same way that the gardener moves, and he eats the bamboo, and you put it in his belly. This is how you collect things for these cards. So once I had a second yellow bamboo in his tummy, then I would turn these bamboo pieces in, and I'd lay this card face up as scored.
And you can only score a card on your turn.
Yes. Even if someone else builds it, you can score it when it comes around to you. So you, on your turn, move things around. You grow bamboo. This one, I would have to have a tower of 4 bamboo, which is the max, and it would have to have, not just be irrigated, but have an actual water hex on it, or some of the hexes.
Here. Like this one, it's printed on the card.
So that counts, or this would count. And this one, to build this one, I would need this to be here. And see, now there are three yellow hexes, all touching water somehow. So, the last option that you can do in your 2 moves, and you have these really, really nice little markers to mark what you do. So on my turn, let's say I put out another hex, then I'd put that there. It reminds you right here that the actions cannot match, so my second option might be to draw a new card, and I can pick any of the 3 I can draw a new one from any of the 3 piles. There is no penalty for not completing cards. In Ticket to Ride, if you don't complete the cards you draw, you are out. But there is no penalty like that in this game. So, the artwork is nice. Our kids enjoy it. We play it as a family. I would say it is a pretty good game to introduce people to gaming with. It is not too complicated. There are not too many steps, but there is a lot of fun and strategy of this card. If you're the first person to get your 7 cards, you get the Emperor card that has a bonus 2 points on it. So, did I miss anything major?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's just a really beautiful game that's fun to play and pretty easy to get into, especially if you just give a couple of example turns real quick. This is how you move, and actually lay things out, show people how the gardener moves, how the panda moves. Keep reminding them that they can't take the same 2 actions unless...
You cannot do this unless you have the wind.
Yep. Those are really the big hurdles, I guess. Other than that, it plays really quickly and it's a lot of fun.
So, I want to just turn some more tiles over so you can see. There's some pink tiles. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous game. Beautiful artwork. Lots of fun to stack.
Yeah, the 3-dimensionality really appeals to a lot of people.
A tile only grows its color bamboo. This symbol means that a panda cannot eat it. The fertilizer symbol means that it grows 2. Yeah, I've got them over here. It grows 2 bamboo instead of 1. Little things like that add a little strategy, a little variation to it, but overall, one of our favorite games. That's how, between being a great game and having gorgeous colors, that's how it ended up in the race for game inspiration, and it's one of our 10-10 in 2015. So that is a little bit about Takenoko. I am going to go edit Lord Willen and the Creek Don't Rise. I will see you guys in about a week. Bye.
Bye.